Hello, everyone. Welcome to another new week, Monday, February 19th. And how are you guys doing? How are you, Kushal? I see you are here again the second time for the day. And I see Sobash. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the 8 p.m. edition of One Global Movement. Thank you guys so much for the support that you're giving to One Global Movement so that together we can help our children worldwide. I highly, highly appreciate you all for the support and the love that you're giving for children worldwide. And we're going to continue with the mindset series because the mindset is very important. The mindset is our inner being because what you think is what you are going to do. What you think is what you're going to become. So, with everything that we do in life, it starts with just a tiny bit of our thoughts. It starts with our own thinking, and then we think our way through to those things that we want to do, and then we begin to put them into action. But it starts with our thinking, our imagination. Our imagination is very important. Like Albert Einstein said, our imagination is the preview to life's coming attractions. That means when you think, when you imagine things, you are attracting them towards you. So, because we know that that is true, because it is natural, it is part of nature, we want to think good things so that we will imagine things and think good things so that we can have good things, attract those things towards us. So, that is very important. I am going to play our music last. Uh, so that everybody can be here. And this music this time, it's going to be a mindfulness sound. Very beautiful, beautiful sounds. Hello, Levi, welcome. Very beautiful sounds that are good for our bodies. Somebody like me, I sleep with meditation and affirmations. They seep into your subconscious mind and then they begin to perform some miracle. Before you know, you begin to change your way of thinking, changing your way of life. Hello, DS Nayak, welcome. So we begin to change our way of thinking and our way of being. You can try it. When you practice sleeping with mindfulness, meditation, affirmations, and even like rain sounds falling. That is really mindfulness and meditation. Or maybe the ocean breeze. I type it in and I put it in and I sleep. It really helps. It can even just pamper you to sleep, just like pampering a baby to sleep. So these things are very important. And when we are treating this mindfulness, we need to take them very important because without really building ourselves from the inside, we will not be able to do anything good from the outside because a lot of what we see is as a result of the fact that we have been building ourselves from the inside from the inside, and now it shows on our outside. So let us build ourselves very well. We're going to go to integrity, to empathy, to all those things because those things are spiritually given to us to build the way we do things. So I will play this meditation sound later when everybody must have been here. And hopefully our sister Nancy Jody will be here because she promised joining me here on the stage. So thank you guys so much. And remember that feel free to always join us on the stage. This stage is for everyone to come. We invite everyone. You don't even have to know how to speak English. Just speak the little that you can because we want to give our children variety. We don't want to limit our children. We want to include them. All inclusion is very important for our children. Hello, my sister Balihu, welcome. Thank you so much. So it's very important that we do this because when they see different people on this stage, One Global Movement, because it's for all children, the children will know that they are included because we want to try to eliminate this aspect of non-inclusion of children in certain things in schools around the world, in communities, and even some families They don't include all their children in everything. So we want to change this dynamics for our children so that they can be healthy mentally, physically, psychologically. They can be very, very healthy. So this is very, very important that we do this for our children. So we are in the series, Mindset series number 6. Can you believe that? We just started this mindset series and we are really doing so wonderful with it. So, thank you guys so much for coming. And I see the same loyal people, people that want to bring a great change in the world for our children. Thank you guys so much for supporting One Global Movement. Together, we will transform lives for our children. We will change the cause of hunger, illiteracy, poverty, abuse, homelessness, and all other social skills that face our children worldwide. We are the people to change it. The children are the way they are because they are waiting for us, because nobody did it for them. They didn't know any better. And some of us still don't know any better. We all are going to just keep learning and learning until we get there. So, Mindset series number 6. The theme is, why is mindfulness practice important to young people? In your own opinion, why do you think mindfulness is important for young people? Begin to put your thoughts and what do you think and how you are practicing your own mindfulness in the chat. If you don't know, just think about what mindfulness is. Mindfulness, what is it? Mindfulness. So begin to put your opinion, your own worldview about mindfulness in the chat. If you're practicing it or you're teaching your children, we want to hear from you. Why is mindfulness practice important for young people, for our children? So I always like to begin with a quote. It says, walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. And then the other one is, letting go gives us freedom. Letting go. When you let something go, letting go gives us freedom. And freedom is the only condition for happiness. If in our heart we still cling to anything such as anger, anxiety, or possessions, we cannot be free. Remember that. If in our lives we still cling to anger, anxiety, or possessions, it therefore means that we cannot be free at all. That means we have to let go of anger, let go of anxiety, and then let go of the things that we possess. We hoard things without sharing. We have to let those things go so that we can be free. We can feel lighter. That is mindfulness. And then number 3 quote is, because you are alive, everything is possible. Remember that one too. Because you are alive, everything is possible. And let us begin to teach our children this. So, what then is mindfulness? What is mindfulness according to you? Begin to put it in the chat there. So we would like to come back and read what you have to say. Mindfulness is a practice that involves paying deliberate attention to the present moment without judgment. Mindfulness is a practice that involves paying deliberate attention to the present moment without judgment. You hear that? Some people like me, I have a special place in, our sister Nancy Jody is here. Welcome, welcome.
Hi.
I'm glad to see you here with me on the panel. Thank you so much. I love your hair
Thank you.
Our sister is here, guys. Let us clap for Nancy. She's coming to help me. I'm really so happy that she came this evening. Thank you so much. Is that our young man helping you?
I'm trying to fix my camera.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead and be fixing it. The topic for today is mindfulness. And that's what we are talking about here. So I was just trying to define mindfulness. So what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is a practice that
Hear you
involves,
again.
yes, beautiful, beautiful. So let me go back to the topic just so you get it. Okay, we are in the mindset series number 6. Why is mindfulness practice important for our young people and children? And in the same light, why is it even important for us? Because if we don't practice, we don't put action into anything, then we don't expect
Okay.
our children to do the same. So why is it even important for us? So I started with quotes. Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your
Mhm.
feet. And then letting go gives you freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness. Okay, you still trying to fix it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to when you're done, can you mute yourself when you're done, then you unmute. Okay, good, thank you. Now, we defined mindfulness already, that it is a practice that involves paying attention deliberately, not just paying attention, deliberate attention to the present moment without being judgmental. So it's about being fully engaged in what you are doing. You are focused, like so laser focused on what you are doing, that nothing around your environment can distract you from what you are doing and what you are feeling. What are you feeling like when you're paying attention in the morning? Maybe you're giving gratitude to Almighty God for waking you up from sleep. Maybe you are carrying out a prayer session with your children. You guys are so focused on that prayer as if your life depends on it. Why? Because our life depend on that prayer. So we are so laser focused because we want to thank Almighty God for waking us up and for giving us the gift of another beautiful day, because there's a lot of things that particular day holds for us, and it depends on us to really say it, think it, say it, and begin to live it. Because if you don't affirm it to yourself, then you're not going to be able to live that day well. Like somebody like me, when I get up, I do my what is called morning rituals. That is prayers and some exercise, pray for my family and everyone. I do some exercises like mindfulness exercises. I listen to some motivational tapes or books or something. I do something, then I say my affirmations, and then I will end by saying that today is going to be a happy and successful day. And guess what? You have already lined your mind and your heart with good things, because no matter what comes your way, you've already affirmed it to yourself that today is going to be a happy and successful day. And I bet you a lot of time it's going to be, no matter what comes your way, now you know that it is going to be a happy and successful day. So that is what it is. You hold the key to your own happiness. You hold the key to all the great things that will happen in your life. You just have to think your way through. Because why? Our imagination brings great things to our life. We don't want to use our imagination negatively to bring negative things to our life. And that is what we want to teach our children. I always say us, because if we do not do it, don't expect your child to do it, because children are impressionable. They learn. They learn from the adults around them. So we want to do great things for our children so that they can learn well. I hope Nancy Jody is trying to come back in here, because I think for some reason she's trying to fix her camera. So that is what it is. So it's about being fully engaged in what you are doing, you are feeling, or you are experiencing right now, not tomorrow, right in this moment, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Because the future is not promised us, right? Now the past is gone. What you and I have is right now, this present moment. It is this present moment that, if God gives us the life, this is the present moment that will build our future. So we do it like our life depends on it. Everything that we are doing, we do it and do it well. We're not just doing it so that people can see us doing it. We're doing it because That is the way God created us to do these things. When you do those things, put all your heart and soul. God knows things that comes from the heart and knows things that people are just doing, just for doing sake. When you do things that come from your heart, I bet you happiness comes to you. Even when you fail at it, the happiness will still come knowing that you did it with all your heart. And God always has a way of breaking through for you when you do things that come from your heart with all your focus, all your attention. It is very, very important. These things are very important in our life. So it's about just being present, just focusing, so laser focused and looking at your things and adjusting them and doing them well. And we teach our children this, to focus on their studies. But our children cannot focus on their studies unless they see you focusing on them. You cannot be teaching your child to be focused when you yourself, you're not being focused. You're not focused on raising your children. You're not focusing on loving and caring for your family. You're not focusing on helping children in the community. You cannot be telling your child to help when they don't see you helping, when they don't see you contributing to your society. This is very, very important. Whatever we do, our children are going to copy. And so let's do good things. And like in One Global Movement, we want to make sure that children around the world, they know that there is hope out there for them. There is hope through One Global Movement. There is hope that they will get a good meal, real good meal someday to eat, that there is hope that they will be educated so that they can know how to read and write, so that they can do this gardening or farming by themselves, so that they can also help some people, so that they can read the labels on food before they even buy to eat. So this is so important. So mindfulness techniques often involve focusing on your breath, your breathing, bodily sensations. What are you feeling? Your thinking, your thoughts, or your surrounding environment, to cultivate a sense of awareness and acceptance. Okay, Nancy's here again. Thank you so much for helping my sister. Okay, okay, there we go. We are here now. Thank you so much for coming. So we are here talking about mindfulness. So I was just giving them what mindfulness is all about. I defined it and I gave them, we're talking about some quotes and the importance of us practicing everything that we are talking about, not just talking to our children. Children are impressionable. If we don't practice these things, children will never, never understand these things. So we have to do them, and you'll be happy. If you see your children practicing these things, you'll be happy. And then all the entire family will be happy. When you are happy, your children are happy, then that is how you're happy going into the world or into your community and your villages to help other people. When you practice, I know that people want to stay in their comfort zone because they didn't know any better. They were not taught better. And they think to change is difficult. Change is not difficult when you put your mind to it, your thoughts to it. So mindfulness techniques often involve focusing on your breath, your bodily sensations, your thoughts, or your surroundings to cultivate a sense of awareness and acceptance. It is so important. It has its roots in ancient Buddhism, mindfulness. You need to know this. And even though the scriptures teaches about mindfulness a lot, focusing on something, loving and paying attention to something. So it has its roots in ancient Buddhism meditation practices, but has been adapted and integrated into various secular contexts, including psychology, medicine, education, due to its numerous benefits for mental health and well-being. This is so much. And if you need to pop in, Nancy, feel free to pop in. This is a discussion kind of thing.
Keep going. You're doing well.
Okay. So introducing children to mindfulness practices such as prayer, deep breathing, meditation, and mindful awareness of their thoughts, their emotions, their feelings, and their environments are so important. These practices can help these children stay present, manage stress, and regulate their emotions. Yes, when you focus, when a child is angry, we want to be able to help that child focus on themselves, to calm down first. Pay attention to calm down. They should not act when they are angry. Because when we act, when we're angry, we worsen the situation. And we might even get overexcited and we have anxiety. So we just focus on why we're angry, calming down first. And you don't talk to somebody when they're angry, because when you talk to them, you aggravate the situation. So you let them calm down and teach them to focus on calming down, and then focus on themselves and trying to figure out what led to that anger, and try to see what they can do to make sure that they don't get to that stage. But anger is something that we all have. But a certain level of anger is not healthy for our children and for us as well. So this is so, so important. Never you speak, teach the children. Never you speak when you're angry, because you're going to say things out of anger that would end up hurting them, even us. We need to keep that aside. You don't have to defend yourself in every situation. You, if you rise above it, you're the bigger person. When you rise above those kind of petty situations or pettiness, and you say, you know what, I am bigger than this. I can manage this. I have this under my control. And you focus on you. So what then is the importance of mindfulness to the young people? We talk about stress reduction. It reduces stress. Young people today face significant stresses, such as academic stresses, academic pressure. Social media pressure is the number one for our young people. And you see, when they get up, from the time they wake up from to the time they go to bed, they're being bombarded. And are we, the parents, putting like some monitor on the gadgets that they use? Certain things we need to cut them off so that they don't filter to them. And so we know the kind of phone that we are buying for our children. And we need to start very young, because if we wait until a certain age, they already have those things in them. And now to try to take them away, it's going to be a battle. And so let us start, but we start by doing it. What are you watching yourself? What kind of news are you watching? What is on your phone? Are you the one that has to look at everything that goes through your phone to try to look? Did you plan to look at anything, or do you plan to go there and do your work and do your business and do something? So let us watch out for that. So academic pressure, and especially social media, is number one. Then academic is another one. And personal relationships. Our young people are growing. They're trying to find their identity. And sometimes they can get involved in the wrong relationship. And it is so stressful on them. Mindfulness helps them to manage these stress moments, and then teach them to stay present and calm in the face of challenges. This is very, very important. Then we have emotional regulations. Adolescence is a time of intense emotions and mood swings. You need to know. We all went through that, right? When you're growing, the hormones are firing out, they are shooting out, and sometimes it can be very difficult. Even I give an example, like for a young girl who is having the menstruation period for the first time, it is hard, especially if they've not been taught what to expect. And so we need to calm down to do that. Even our young men who are having wet dreams, if they've not been taught, and we need to teach them. If we don't know, let's go to school. Let's go somewhere and look for that information and teach our young people. Otherwise, they will get confused. And in order to do that, what do we do? You start from the cradle, from the stomach. Start discussing with your baby. The baby will know, will gravitate towards those things. So that when that moment comes, that is why sex education is very important, to start teaching your children at a very young age, so that they don't go out there and misbehave or do something that is going to hurt them. This is so important. So mindfulness will help these young people become aware of their emotions and develop a healthier ways to respond to them, reducing impulsivity. They can become impulsive and just burst out in say things, or in anger and reactivity. Just what I was saying. Don't just react. You act according to the situation. Don't just react because you want to react. No, it doesn't help them. It even makes them more angry. So it's so important. So it also improves focus and attention. Mindfulness will improve their focus and attention. With the constant bombardment of information and distractions, young people often struggle with maintaining focus, right? We also struggle with that. Hello, Srijit, welcome. Welcome to everyone here. So we also have difficulties with that, to focus, because we're being bombarded with a lot of things in the world. things that don't even have value in our lives, and some of us want to pay attention to it. So why just think about our children. They're young, they don't know these things, and they may want to pay attention to it too, but they will not do that unless we are not also doing that. When they go, of course, children at one point or the other, like we did too when we were children, we want to experiment. But when we go out there, we experiment, we realize that that thing is not serving us, it's not valuable. What do? We fall back to what our parents and our guidance are teaching us, right? So we need to do that for our children. Very, very important. Mindfulness practice train the brain. It trains your brain to concentrate on the present moment, leading to improved attention and academic performance. Very, very important. Very, very important. So, mindfulness also enhance self-awareness. Self-awareness, being aware of you, being aware of your emotion, be focus on you, knowing what your body is asking you for, knowing what is important and valuable for you is very important. Because if you don't know what is important for you, you cannot waste time coming to one global movement to try to help another child. We need to know, focus on ourselves. What is important for me? Is it good for me? Is it healthy for me? And this is exactly what we are teaching our children. So, mindfulness will encourage young people to explore their thoughts, you know, their feelings and sensations without being judgmental. And they will not be judgmental if we don't judge them. Because some parents, I know I'm guilty at some point too, but I've learned not to be doing that anymore. You know, some parents will make their children feel ashamed just because they fail a test or an exam, or they're going to retake a course without even telling that, you know what, you tried. You did not pass this time. That means you need to put a little more effort. You need to focus, so laser focus on your studies, and you will make it. And when we talk with them with love and attention and focus, guess what? They will do the same. They'll be happy to know that my parents, my caregivers, they care for me, and I can do better. And then better relationship. When you are mindful, mindfulness after yourself, then you can be mindful of your friend or your spouse or somebody else. Because if you don't have that within you, that tool within you, you cannot even be mindful of another person. A better relationship by learning to be present and attentive in children's distractions, young people can improve the quality of their relationships with family, with friends, with peers, and even with their future spouses, right? This is very, very important. Very, very important. Mindfulness foster empathy. When you are being mindful, that means it's like you're saying that if this thing is good for me, then I can also do it for the other person. What is not good for you, don't try to do it to another person, because otherwise you will be hurting somebody, because just because you're hurt and you've not taken the time to pay that attention and mindfulness to yourself, you go out there to try to do it to somebody, it's not going to work. It doesn't work like that. What you have is what you're going to give out. You know, being good to yourself, you're going to be good to everyone. Do you guys see Mr. Ash Mufareh? I copy his example a lot because this man has been thrown all kinds of dirt. We even are giving him the biggest headache without even being grateful. But guess what he does? He does not even get angry. He just becomes so mindful. He's focused on the biggest things. He's not paying attention to those minute things because he knows what God has put in him to do to the world, and he's doing it. And most of these, who are the beneficiaries? Our children, the future, and us. So we want to follow the same thing. And look at you guys here. You're so focused on coming here. And I see the same people every day here because you know how important this is to your children. This already tells me and other people that you are being mindful. You are focusing on yourself and your family. That is why you are here, trying to make sure that together we can focus on children around the globe, especially those in war-torn areas, those that don't have food, those that are hungry. A lot of things, natural disasters are causing them to be hungry. They can't go to school, let alone even school. School is the last thing they're thinking of. They're thinking of even just eating before they can even talk about school. So, a mindfulness promotes mental well being. Research suggests that mindfulness mindfulness practice can reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues among young people. This is so true. You know, give myself as an example. I had a traumatic brain injury from my job. I've been home for more than a year, excuse me, without working. You know, I had this, I was bitten by a client at the job, and I found myself in the hospital. I woke up because I wasn't speaking for some time. And so, but thank God that I am recovering and I'm able to talk. You know, I so missed one global movement, or when I was in the hospital, I couldn't do anything. But this is what helped me. The doctors, the counselors and the psychiatrists and everything, they helped me practice mindfulness. I was already practicing it before, but the way that they brought it to me was at a whole new level. And it has helped me a lot. Before I used to, somebody say something, I want to say it back. Now I just look and I just be mindful of what I'm doing or what I'm going to say. And we go on. So it is so important. Mindfulness will reduce anxiety, because I used to have anxiety symptoms because of the beating, and even having dreams of somebody hitting my head, you know, because it's my head that was hit, and then it became that way for me. So it will reduce anxiety, it will reduce depression and other mental health issues along the way. So mindfulness. We say talk about these things. People might be thinking it's something that you have to go right out there to go and purchase with money. You have to. These are the foundation stone building for every child that we, the parents, need to be practicing. When you do this, you will so much love yourself and your family that you don't even want to go out or anywhere. You focus on that family, because these things, including ethical and moral standards like empathy and love and care and all those things, which we are going to be talking about, all those things. These are very, very important. These are mindfulness things that are very important for us to practice. We can do deep breathing right here, just 5 seconds. You know, you just go. When you do that, it's so good.
Feels so good.
What is all this? This is so minute. Why am I doing this? I have practiced it. It's so good, especially when you wake up from sleep or you think about even doing it. You're laying down. You breathe with your diaphragm, with your stomach, not your chest. You and it works so well. You just put your hand here and you go. So you breathe on a count of 5 seconds. You hold it on a count of 5 seconds, and you breathe out on a count of 5 seconds. When you breathe in using your diaphragm, laying down, you will feel your stomach really bloating out. That means that you're doing the right thing. This is very important. It sends air into your lungs and also helps your lungs to stay healthy. But if they are going through some challenges, it also helps your lungs to recuperate, very important. Let's try it. I learned all these things because I have my brother too, who is an alcoholic. So I was trying to see what ways I can help him. So I learned a lot of these things in order to help. And I know that there are a lot of alcoholics around the world, and alcoholism, it's a very bad thing. You can drink, but you drink in moderation and mindful of what you drink, so that your children will grow up to know, oh, my parents drank this kind of wine because it's good for digestion. I'm saying about from my own point of view, because we buy the wine that is good for digestion. And you have to really read it. You have to carry out your research. And so your children will know what you are doing. Mindfulness will provide children with tools to cope with life's stressors and challenges, and build a psychological resilience that when something wants to come their way, already those tools are already within themselves, and they cannot even focus on those things because they already have those tools to repel those things. But if they are positive things, those tools are already there. Positive things will also attract positive things, right? Negative things will also attract negative things. So this is so important. So overall, mindfulness practice offers young people, ourselves, parents, caregivers, valuable skills for navigating the complexities of adolescence and cultivating a healthy, fulfilling kind, loving lifestyle. This is very important. So, and that is the end of this. I want to see what our audience have to say. After that, we'll play our mindfulness song here. So let us take one thing today to practice deep breathing. Practice it every day. I do it every day. I've practiced it until I'm used to it. Even when I'm driving, I do it. It helps your lungs. You can when you go to the hospital, the doctor wants to listen to your breath. What does the doctor do? Put the stethoscope.
Stethoscope.
Take a deep breath. Testing for your lungs to make sure that they're healthy. Then do it again, breathe again. Or you're having a cold or you're having some chest symptoms. That is the first thing because your breath is so important. Remember, we woke up this morning, right? Because God gave us that breath. If you have that breath within you, which you have because you're here, know that you're here for a reason. You want to make sure that you give that to children, to your children and children around you. Very important. Why don't you do it yourself? So when you go to the hospital, what is even trying to bother you? The doctors will look at, oh, what have you been doing? The thing is no longer there. So you're taking a deep breath, just 5 seconds breathing in, 5 seconds breathing out. What did I say? 5 seconds taking in your breath, holding it for 5 seconds, and then breathing it on the count to 5 seconds. Sometimes I hold it even more. But we want to begin just like that for our children so that we don't stress them out because they are small, they are little. But our young adults can do better, right? So, do you have anything to say, Jody?
You touch everything, and the topic, Dr. Mundih. So I would like to thank you so very much, for giving me this opportunity. I just, have a couple words that I can add on, what you already said.
Mhm,
So when our children practicing mindfulness, it really can help them notice the emotions and shift the more neutral thinking. They
mhm,
can help them manage the emotions and tackle challenges.
mhm,
So our kids today, have many reasons to feel stress.
mhm,
They have heavy courses load in school, and they if they're doing athletic schedule,
mhm,
friendship drama and violence at school, it's very stressful. Especially in America now, students are very, very, it's very, rising in stress and emotions.
mhm,
According to a study that I read, it says that 60%, 61% of teens now pressure to get, good grades at school. They feel a lot of pressure to look a certain way, like, their friends look different than them.
mhm,
Even when they're dealing with day-to-day living, they can be stressful. So, us parents, we need to help our children to slow down
mhm.
and really taking notice of what they're doing, what they want to do.
Yep.
Take their time to focus on something in a way that it's both relaxing and stress free.
Mhm,
So, overall, mindfulness is about, getting children and teens to reflect on their own
mhm.
thoughts and action and learn to be, to make better choices.
Yep.
So that I think,
Thank you
that
so much for that addition. Now you make me to even want to put more emphasis, especially I am guilty too, but when I realized the kind of stress that I was putting on my son, I'm like, no, let this boy be, especially during the pandemic. A lot of kids went through a lot of struggles with studying virtually. And he is the aerospace engineering kind that those things are difficult to study. And he's a hands-on person. And so it was challenging. And I said, but other kids are doing, why aren't you doing it? Comparing him to other children. But I later on apologized because that was not a good thing to say to a child. A lot of us, when our children don't perform well or they fail, we put pressure, mounting pressure. Because first, what comes to our mind is we're thinking about the money that we've spent without thinking about the well-being of the child. So that is so important. The money can go, but when you lose that child,
Mhm.
the
That's
child, you will
right.
not get that child. You can never replace your own child. So I am really urging all of us, parents and caregivers and adults, that we should not mount pressure. There's some of the reason we mount pressure because we are comparing and competing our own family, our own self to other parents. We don't need, you're not running any race with anyone. You're running only your own race with the God who created you. Even if you're doing something, you come last, but the most important thing is you're getting there. You're getting there. So we want to normalize this kind of values in our children because our children are so precious. I'm telling you. And we want to be involved in the school system because the school system too is set in such a way that a lot of pressures are put on our children. We want to
Yes.
be there. Follow your child to school, take part in what your children are doing, conferences, teachers, parent teacher association meetings, activities. I'm telling you, the children will bloom, and let them do what resonates with them because what they're doing is what they love to do. That's what God put in them. We do not mount pressure. Go do this because your friends, they have lawyers, their children have lawyers and medical doctors, and you're thinking, I try to teach my son, I say, because I know that he will not. Because since from little, we knew that he was going to be an engineer, but we did not know the kind of engineer. So I said, "Why don't you go do be a medical doctor?" And he said, "No, I don't want to see blood." I said, "Go be a lawyer." I said, "No, mommy, the lawyers don't tell the truth. I'm not being lawyer. They don't tell the truth." And so I proposed just, and then he himself, I let him change his mind and said, "Okay, I'm going to do auto engineering. I'm going to do chemical engineering." And he said, "Mommy, you know what? I don't want those. I'm going to my aerospace engineering. That's what I love." And he's doing well. And now he's so relaxed with those things. During the period of pandemic, I said, "Don't worry yourself. Do not take those classes. Don't worry." He said, "My friends are going to be done before me." I said, "You're not comparing, you're not competing with your friends. Don't take the courses. If you don't want to take the virtual courses, stay and concentrate on maybe getting some money and putting it in your account so that when you go to school you have money for gas, you have money." And so he gave up those classes, and his friends are done. He's still going to be done. He's doing aerospace. His friends are not doing the same thing that he did. They were telling him, "Al, you're the only one who can go do aerospace engineering. We can't. We don't have that kind of a brain." But he thinks he should have been done just like his friend. That's not the way life is. And when we do that, we're putting mounting unnecessary pressure on our children
No.
that is not healthy. But thank you so much, Nancy. You brought a very important point. You know, very good. Thank you so much. So our Sabash is here. How are you with that? Our little boy. How old is our little boy? Take good care of that little boy because we have interest in children. Hello, our artsman Kushal is here. Thank you so much, Kushal. And he says hashtag one global
Global
movement. And our
movement.
man, this early riser from South Africa, 3, 4 a.m., he's right here. Thank you so much, David. Your support is highly appreciated. And DS Nayak, how are you, brother? Thank you so much. You guys are present in the afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Daytime, and you are here again. I don't take this as a play. I take this very seriously, and I highly appreciate you guys for everything because together they will see the descendants of unpassive everywhere in the world trying to do the best for our children, right? Thank you so much. And it says hello to me and hello to Kushal. And we have our sister, Sharon. How are you? Thank you so much. I miss you. You better call me and let's talk. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Sharon. We love you. And I'm just making sure that no other new person is here. It's mostly our people here. And you control your destiny. Ballyhoo said, you don't need magic to do it. And there are no magical to do it. There are no magical shortcuts to solving your problems. It is really doing it with high ethical standards, spirituality with the fear of God. We could do things better, right? Thank you so much, Sharon. Now we have our man Srijit Jana here. Thank you, Srijit, for supporting and loving one global movement and children of the world. Hello, Nancy, from Srijit to you. And greetings, brother Srijit Jana. Hello, sister Sharon. Hello, hello, hello. We are family here, aren't we? And Nancy says, welcome, Al, my brand ambassadors, family. Happy Monday. Happy moving forward Monday, right? We are moving forward, isn't it? And greetings, Brother Levi, Mama Bolo. I think you guys sometimes you're tired. We want that contribution coming through, right? Hello, Peggy, Jana, welcome. And our sister Bali who says, always always remember you are braver than you believe, stronger than you see, and smarter than you think. Until you spread your wings, you will have no idea how far you fly. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Thank you so much, Sharon, for saying that. Thank you so much. That's Baliho. I want to make sure that I call her Sharon because sometimes I think it's a man. I'm trying my phone. I dropped my phone in water. It's giving me trouble. I want to make sure that music is out too. So we have. Okay, it's coming. And Baliu says, "Oh, I miss you to Queen Sister Yvonne. Yes, we miss you. Thank you. You're here today." And Levi says, "Thank you, Dr. Mundi, for acknowledgement. We appreciate you too. We thank Nancy. You guys give an applause to Nancy for joining me here today. So we're going to play a mindfulness music here,
Yes.
okay? Yes, just for a few minutes, 2 minutes or so, and then we'll call it a day. Okay, here we go. Do you hear it, Nancy?
Yes.
Okay, I think it's gonna go on. It's a long one. Thank you guys so much for being here today, Nancy. Thank you so much. I highly appreciate you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you. And whenever you feel asked to, just let me know. But I will always just be sending it to you. It's not to push you because you got to take care of family first.
Whenever I get a chance, I will get in.
So thank you guys so much for being here today. Tomorrow is another day. I just want to let you guys know about our theme for tomorrow is, let me see, we will be in the mindset series number 7. What is empathy? And why is empathy such an important value to teach young people? Why do we have to teach young people empathy? Why is it so important to teach them? So that is what we're going to be having tomorrow. And bring your thinking, your thoughts here, and you will see in the back office, and you'll also see it everywhere. So thank you so much for being here. And until tomorrow, I say stay focused, stay
Bye, everyone.
be empowered, and always believe in endless possibilities. We love you all. Bye bye. Bye,
Bye,
Nancy.
everyone. Thank you.
Yes.